Hello, everybody. Um, Hopefully, this will all run smooth. Now, there's some sound. If the sound is onerous, turn it down, or even turn it off if it ends up being, I don't want to compete with the sound. Um, Hello. Oki, danit ada mamba stitch. My name is Michael Green. Nidan iko ponakotatsi. My name is Elk Shadow. It's my pleasure to be with you here today. And there's no slides yet either. Maybe I should just wait. Aha! Thanks. It's my pleasure to be with you here today on traditional Treaty 7 land. Treaty 7 was signed at Blackfoot Crossing in September 1877. It's a sacred agreement between the Blackfoot, Stoney, and Tsuut'ina nations and the British Crown. To the First Nations, it was a peace treaty. To the Canadian government, it was surrender, a land grab to run the railway through to open the land for settlers and to kick out the Americans. Making Treaty 7 was launched as a legacy project from Calgary's year as cultural capital of Canada in 2012. I had the great privilege of being the creative producer for that project. I met bi-weekly with an Aboriginal advisory circle. The purpose of this advisory was to make sure that Indigenous perspectives were integrated into the cultural capital celebrations. Now, the morning we were to decommission the advisory over Tim Hortons coffee and donuts at the Treaty 7 offices in Calgary's deep south, the air in the room was pregnant with anticipation. Our mission had been accomplished, but there was something else we had yet to do. If only we could do something else while the spotlight was on us, we thought. Something big, something that would forever change the way we think about how we live together in this place. Now, just so happens that for weeks I had been haunted by memories of an event that occurred in New Zealand in 1987. It's an event that I didn't see. I only heard about it. A theater company had been commissioned to reenact the signing of the Waitangi Treaty, the event that founded modern New Zealand. It involved pageantry, theater, ceremony, traditional song and dance. It was performed by the descendants of the people who were actually there at the time. Well, what if we revisited the signing of Treaty 7? What if we performed it for and with our entire community? What if it became a community ceremony that we could repeat annually? What if it was a cultural festival? What if it was an educational program? What if there was a smaller version for the national and international touring market? What if there was an even smaller version for schools and community centers? What would that be like? How would it work? Is it even possible? We'll need the endorsement from the chiefs. Strikes with a gun, weasel head, rabbit carrier, big plume. Good luck with that. Some of those chiefs can't be in the same room as each other. I was summoned to meet with Chief Fred Rabbit Carrier and the Siksika Council on the top floor of Meyer Norris Penny, that tower in downtown Calgary. Standing in that glass room, high above downtown Calgary, the whole city spread below us in every direction. All of Calgary and far beyond, to the prairie grasslands, the rolling foothills, all the way from the Saskatchewan border to the Rocky Mountains. This is Treaty 7 land. We've got real grievances with you and your project. What right have you got to write this story without first talking to us? It's not written, I said. I can't write it. It can't be written without you. It's your story. It's my story too. It's a story for all Albertans. We are all treaty people, but it's your story first. The next step was to build the trust of the elders. Have you ever tried to compile a list of First Nations elders? If you look in the yellow pages, E for elder, there's nothing there. You should have been using the red pages. That's what one Cree wag shared with me. He was right. So 45 elders gathered to spend a weekend discussing the project. My mentor, Dr. Reg Crowshoe, and I shared our vision to rediscover the true spirit and original intent of Treaty 7, to find a creative way to bring us all together in this place we share for our common future for the benefit of all. It's not just the colonized who need healing. I co-founded One Yellow Rabbit in 1982. I've spent my career talking to potential sponsors about what we do and why. My fellow Calgarians can barely say words like art, theater, culture, without a catch in their throat. Okay? It's the culture we've inherited. We were brought up this way. When I speak to the ranchers and the farmers from the reserves around Calgary, I get a very different reaction. Theater, eh? That's a good idea. Our elders' endorsement is conditional. The process must be respectful, it must be consultative, the result must be authentic, true, traditional, and contemporary. We bring the community of elders together every 6 months. We demonstrate where we are at creatively. If our elders don't think we're on the right track, they tell us. Making Treaty 7 explores some very dark terrain. It's interesting to note that our community is not backing away from difficult themes. On the contrary, Alberta seems ready to embrace them. This project brings together an artistic ensemble of more than 30 artists from all disciplines, from every part of Treaty 7. We're here right now, as a matter of fact. If anyone's interested in coming to see what we're working on, we're all here on campus right now. The company's 50% First Nations, 50% newcomers, in every shade that God imagined. We are what Alberta looks like today. The material, I'm going to have to catch up. Making Treaty 7 is more than the sum of the community partners that make it happen. The Banff Centre, One Yellow Rabbit, Heritage Park, National Arts Centre, Glenbow Museum, the Alberta Aboriginal Arts, the Alberta Government, the Treaty 7 Nations, Red Crow College, Bow Valley College. Mentorship and youth engagement, community investment are a large part of what makes the Treaty 7 vision. Making Treaty 7 project has grown directly out of the community that we seek to serve. It will be a worthy gift to Canada for our 150th birthday. Authentic, true, traditional, contemporary. It's how we describe our project, and it could be an accurate description of Alberta itself. Thank you very much.